Joining us now is Maura Kolb, president of Dryden Gold. We're talking about some exceptional drill results that the company just announced for the Gold Rock project in northwestern Ontario. Maura, you just announced today 379 grams of gold per ton, which is exceptional since anything over 10 grams is considered high grade. So can you walk us through what you're building here with Gold Rock?
Gold Rock has evolved a lot since we really started looking at this and started targeting it. We're seeing multiple stacked structures, parallel structures that really gives us more ounces in a small footprint. So we've been drill testing in about a kilometer by a kilometer square area, which originally we thought had just 3 fold-bearing zones in it. And now we just have so many targets. I mean, from being here in Beaver Creek last year and explaining that I thought we had 9 real high-grade targets along those, I can't even guess how many we have now. And so it's really fun. It's really fun to be seeing the results coming in, to talk to the geos at site and have, we saw this today. So it's a great place to be.
Well, in reference to this hit, it's called the gap hole because it's between 2 systems. What did the hole tell you about the overall size and potential and what you're looking for?
Yeah. We were calling this the gap hole because there has never been any drilling between the Big Master and Elora. And that's kind of shocking because, it's a kilometer long. You would think someone would have wanted to poke a hole through here. Interestingly, there's no outcrop really along that trend, along strike. So we had no idea there would be anything there. But had a pretty good feeling as we kept hitting more zones at the hanging wall on the Elora shear that, it probably would continue. So we decided to step this hole out, go down to the very south end of the Big Master and drill through that into the Elora, hoping that we'd find a decent alteration or a shear zone within the 2 areas. So for us, it really means, more zones in this footprint, more potential for, mining, and certainly in an open pit scenario, which at first I hadn't really considered for this area.
Well, for those of us who don't know yet, this area had historical gold mines, the Big Master and Laurentian mines. How do your modern results that you're coming out with constantly at Dryden Gold compared to what was found back in the day?
Yeah, so the Laurentian mine was about 14 gram per ton average grade. They were both pretty small producers. About 20,000 tons came out of each mine between Laurentian and the Big Master. So what we're seeing for results really kind of matches that. On the Laurentian target, we actually finally were able, with the LiDAR and some of the new work that we've done, been able to place properly where the historic workings were. So now we know that they actually mined a significant portion on one of these hanging wall structures. So again, that brings us back to we weren't sure how significant those would be or if they were really just kind of extra. They are clearly significant if one of these historic mines was on them. And then Big Master had an average grade of about 5.5 grams. And we're seeing that makes sense because it's a narrower vein structure with some alteration on either side. So that passes muster with me for what we'd get for mining that.
Well, northwestern Ontario has a lot of gold projects itself. What makes Gold Rock stand out from other exploration stories? What kind of conversations are you having lately with what progress you've made so far?
I think what really makes Dryden stand out as a district is the potential and the underexplored nature of this area. The third thing is the amazing infrastructure. So there is a pulp and paper mill in town, and that creates basically forestry trails and roads all over. So we have super low exploration costs. We're in a district that is really new and hasn't seen much exploration, so it gives us the opportunity to make something brand new discovery. You're not sitting in the shadow of a bunch of headframes like at Timmins, where if the rocks have been looked at a lot, this is new and it's kind of groundbreaking. It's really exciting as a geologist, but I think it's really exciting for the shareholders too because the upside is so huge.
What happens next? Walk us through this, because we've talked multiple times about the continuous great drill results that you're producing. But what are the steps to turn this into a gold mine?
Well, for us, I think it's early stage because I see so much potential and we don't want to cut off the blue sky potential too early. So the focus of the drill program with the newly raised funds will be to continue to grow this along strike. There'll be a point where we kind of know, okay, now's time to do the mineral resource. But at this point, I don't want to cap it. We see we're actually drilling right now on a target called Mud Lake. It's 2 kilometers north of this, at this area, Gold Rock, that we've been getting these nice results from. So that could mean a whole nother area to mine and only a few kilometers away. So I think it's really all about growth and expanding at this point, and we'll take it from there.
Well, before we wrap it up, what can your investors look forward to before the end of the year?
Oh, we have some great catalysts before the end of the year.
Okay.
It's actually a very exciting place to be. So this testing I just mentioned up at Mud Lake, we'll see if that holds true to be, another potential gold rock. And that's very exciting because, gold rock to me, with the results we've just keep putting out, really shows potential for, an open pit mine that goes underground. We're seeing a lot more zones than we originally thought. So it looks all good. And now if we have that up at Mud Lake, that's a big catalyst. We also tested over the summer down at the very south end of the property at Sheridan, where there were some historic favorable results. So we're going to have those back soon. So we'll know if we have a regional target. And then we've also been working on the very east side of the project on Hinman, and that's a totally different deposit model. And we're getting results in soon on that. So we'll know whether that's drill ready. So I think we have quite a few catalysts: growth within Gold Rock, and then, regional growth, which is really what the Santeras of the world, our strategic investor, and other major companies that are looking at us, they're watching for that. They want to see the big scale potential on this district play.
All right, Maura, thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
You can go to drydengold.com, but of course you can go to CEO.CA, search up Dry, to understand what investors may be saying at any time. Thanks for watching.